everybody, what is happening? Well, today we are going to be looking at factoring trinomials. And remember that we know that factoring means to make a multiplication statement. What we did last day was we looked for common factors. And so, for example, we had 4x plus 12x squared. If we found a common factor, or we factored this, we would look for things that can multiply to this. Well, what's common? Well, we get 4x is common between both of them. 4x times 1 equals 4x, plus 3x will equal 12x squared. And now what we have is we have a multiplication statement that will give us what we started with. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at a trinomial. This is a polynomial in the form of a, which is just a number, b, which is just a number, and c, which is just a number as well. These are just numbers. These are going to help us to factor or find what multiplies to our trinomial. To factor a trinomial, we need to find two numbers that multiply to c, and those same two numbers have to add to b. Well, let's look at this. Let's give it a shot. We've got x squared plus 5x plus 6. Let's label what we have here. We've got a, b, and c. Just like what we said, to factor a trinomial or to write as a multiplication statement, we need to find two numbers that multiply to c, and those same two numbers have to add to b. Okay, well, what I like to do beside every trinomial that I do, I make a little chart. And these are going to, this side is going to multiply to 6, and this is going to add to 5. This helps us remind us. So what are some factors of 6? Well, 1 times 6 equals 6. Well, the only problem is 1 plus 6 does not equal 5, so it doesn't work. What about 2 times 3? Well, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 plus 3 equals 5. Those are our factors for x squared plus 5x plus 6. So what we do now that we know our two factors, what do? We have to make a multiplication statement. So we put an x here and an x here, because that's going to give us x squared when we FOIL. And then we go plus 2 and plus 3. And every single time you can check your answer. So we get x plus 2 times x plus 3. We can go and check our answer, and we get x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. Then we can combine our like terms, and we get x squared plus 5x plus 6. Very cool. All right, let's try one more. We've got x squared plus 7x plus 12. Well, what two numbers multiply to 12 and add to 7? Now, if you're very good at your multiplication tables, you're going to start to see this right away. Well, let's try a couple, and we get 2 times 6 equals 12, but 2 plus 6 is 8, so that doesn't work. What about 12 times 1? That equals 12. Okay, well, 12 plus 1 does not equal 7. It equals 13. That doesn't work. What about 3 times 4? Well, that equals 12. And 3 plus 4, oh, that equals 7. Look at 3 and 4 are our factors for this trinomial. And when I say factor, I mean get into a multiplication statement. So we have x and x. That's going to give us x squared. And then we fill in the factors that we just determined. We can check our answer. We get x times x is x squared. Then we get 4x plus 3x plus 12. We combine our like terms, and we get x squared plus 7x plus 12. All right, let's turn this page over. We're going to do one more, number 3 here. And we have x squared plus 4x minus 5. Uh-oh, we've got a multiplication. We've got a negative in there. So we've got to multiply to negative 5 and add to 4. Well, what numbers multiply to negative 5? Well, we get negative 5 times 1, which is negative 5. Perfect. Negative 5 plus 1, though, is negative 4. That doesn't work. Well, we're close, though. So let's go 5 times negative 1. We get negative 5 that way. And 5 plus negative 1 equals 4. These are our factors. So we put our brackets down, and we get x and x. We put our terms in there, positive 5 and negative 1. We go and check our answer by FOILing. We get x squared, negative x, plus 5x, and negative 5. We combine our like terms, and we get x squared plus 4x minus 5. I have two that I'd like you to try on your own, please. X squared minus 4x plus 4. So factor these. And x squared plus 10x plus 25. Go to it.